Afternoon, Mike. A bit of a torrid time. Just give it a couple of minutes. Well, about a minute actually. Okay, it's 4 o'clock. Excuse me. Yeah, I've had a bit of a torrid time today. Let's start off with the EURCHF. Looks like I got stopped out. Looks like I did get stopped. Okay, yeah, fortunately. Went in, thought it was a good idea, and for some reason, it shot up against a strong currency. That was rank 80 pips today, so not quite sure why, but anyway, it did. That's why I was stopped. We'll see if that holds. Maybe it'll come back from here or something like that. Remember, the original stop loss is up there, which is quite a wide away, and decided to make it on the daily, the stop above the 200, around about 60-ish, around like that level there. And unfortunately, it stopped us out. So that's why position sizing is so important, because when that happens, it's annoying, it's not disastrous. Okay, so yeah, that was a pretty one. The others are not looking much better, I'm afraid. Even AUD CHF, I think maybe you hit the in a profit buying, yeah. Looks like you might have been stopped out, but hopefully in a profit if you modified the stop as advised. But I thought we'd make a decent profit on this one. And this is what's happening at the moment. It's completely directionless. It's very, very tough trading when the fundamentals are not leading in any particular direction. Came off beautifully yesterday, as you can see. Nice in profit. I think, no, hang on, didn't it hit the TP? No, it didn't quite hit the TP. No, it didn't. Okay, so anyway, whatever. In theory, you should have been stopped out in a profit on that one. I hope you didn't modify. So that's that one. Anyway, okay. Maybe look at it again tomorrow. You might get another opportunity. What else have we got? Yeah, we got FTSE. Now that's gone up, decided to go up for whatever reason. So we're still in this one. Not a pretty one either. So they've been very torrid today. That was yesterday, wasn't it? FTSE. Yeah, 78. We might hold. We might get lucky. I hope so. But again, not looking pretty. Doesn't know what it's doing. Okay, GR30. We've got a little wide stop there, so it's okay for the moment. But again, it's not pretty. Okay, so that's gone up, as you can see. But we'll see what happens. I thought the whole thing was overbought and come off. I still think that's going to happen. Dow's coming off again. Not the Dow, sorry, the DXY is coming off again, which basically means that it should, in theory, no, I can't say the way around, and it goes up, it's bad for that. Oh, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. What about the ZAR? About even Steven, slightly in profit, not much. So it's been a bit of a hectic day, yeah. Well, that's not too bad, it might for you, but no, it hasn't been good. Maybe forced it, always in retrospect, seemed like a good idea at the time, maybe forced it, I don't know. But it's just, the problem is, the speech yesterday by Powell was, didn't really say anything, it gave us no real indication. So you see it reflect the buy-sell prices. They're just, they're drifting, as you can see. So it's been pretty torrid today, very disappointing. Okay, so the ZAR's sort of the breaking evens, what about one pip and profit, call that anything. GR30 is down, which is not nice. Europe's stopped out, so see if we can rescue that. Okay, not much more I can add to that. Even gold came off. Now it should maybe start going back up again. I think the DXY is coming off, so it might push it back up again. What are the yields doing? I'll tell you now. Yields are going back up again, so that might have a bit of a negative effect now. Doesn't know what it's doing. But look at that for indecision. Look at that. So sometimes it's times like that, Eugene. You know, our times you're going to be one day doing it full time. Times you've got to step away and find something else to do. You can't find a trade. That's when patience happens. You know, you can't say I need to make a trade a day or whatever. It doesn't work that way. And yeah. You need direction, unless you can bring your skills. There's no direction. Not happening. Okay, I thought that was starting to go up towards the 1900 mark. Stalled at 1886, came back, and I thought, my goodness, now what? And then some guy told me to sell it. I said, no, stay away, just as well as bounce back up again. So it's all over the place. The only people trade that are the high-speed traders. Okay, it happens. Well, that's one positive, thanks for that. We've had quite a good run lately, so I do think that it's disappointing. We do get a loss. We get quite irritated, actually. So we've been doing quite well. But anyway, that side, but that's at least it's doing okay. The buy on that one. Okay, so well, that's okay. Right. Well, I hope you guys get a rest of me again today, because it's been very, very dismal afternoon. 4:30 just now. The markets are what's 5? Is it 5:30? I think it is. Oil inventory, but we're not in oil. Rather leave oil alone for the moment. But oil inventory is just coming up at 5:30 in the States. So we'll see how that might have affected. It's popped up, but we couldn't get a risk reward, so we left it. Didn't pull back to 78, which I wanted down here. Down here somewhere, which we didn't get. I talked about this yesterday, it was Monday. So it seemed to be pushing up. We got the buy right, but we couldn't get the price entry we wanted. It's got a bit of resistance here, might pull back a bit, I don't know. But anyway, not in oil. We keep an eye on it, but we're not in oil. So CPI coming out tomorrow, I'll have some more fun with that. So yeah, I think fine. So pretty dismal, but as I say, when you do get a wrong trade, that's why you have to remember there's a reason for a stop loss in case funny things happen. And I still think the trade looked pretty good, but obviously the other buyers didn't think so. That happens. Okay, here's one I'm interested in getting in again. We did very well. I hit the TP, more than hit the TP, went through it. Here's one I wouldn't mind getting in again on. Maybe you missed it earlier on. Maybe I missed it. Yeah, I missed it. Yeah, I must have missed something else. I was hoping to get a little bit lower than that around about this level here, but maybe push back up again. But I'm just worried. This has been very good to me, or us, should we say, TR guys. We've hit far more times than it hasn't, and I want to obviously do it again, not just for that reason, but for proper scientific reasons. But I still think maybe sit still. It's not just we're just not getting the follow through, and that's the difficult part. Okay, I hope we're on the same page for that. But thanks for that bit of positive there, Mike. Good stuff. So yeah, maybe you can come up with something, or maybe doing some training or do something that you're not sure of. Did you answer that? I had a guy on the chat line just now and said I had to go off the TR, and he gave a bit of a thumbs down because I couldn't help him out. And I said, come into the TR and I'll show you how to sort your charts out. You want me to do on the chat line? But how do you sort charts out in the chat line? But anyway, but just in future reference, just in case you haven't done it, when you've got your chart set up as you like, you right click and then you save them. If he'd saved them, he wouldn't have had that problem. He lost his charts, hadn't saved them, so he's got to set it all up again. And I can't do that in the chat line, especially when I've got to come to the trading room. So next time, just make sure you save the template. So if you do have a problem, I'll show what I mean. You go to, I'll screw it up on purpose. Do this one here. See, if that happens, it can happen. You press the wrong button, I don't know. Happen. Instead of going to fuzz, all you do then is you go there, go to your templates, and then click on what you need, and away you go. Okay. Just remember, so guys, if you haven't saved it, save it now, so you don't have that problem. Okay. Don't forget, if you don't know how to set your charts up, just right click, go to properties, and then you can set it up as you like and save it. Okay. How's the knowledge? Good to have you back. I'm just saying, a bit of a torrid time. We've lost the other ones are not doing that well. FTSE in German 30 is not doing, industry is not doing well. Still bearish on the whole world market, but it's hovering at the moment. And the dollars are, yeah, was about a dip in profit. Again, didn't seem going anywhere. So keep an eye on that one. One I was having a look at might be a possibility because the dollar does seem to be on the weak side going forward. Was this one here? Was it this one? Yeah, this one here. Remember we looked at it earlier on this morning and see if you can get around about the 10-day moving average level, a bit of support resistance here. It might be worth looking at for a short. Yeah, we're all emotional. The comms a bit shot after this morning, and a lot more to the point, lack of follow through. But what do you guys think? Do you think it might be worth a short here? The dollar's still battling. It's above 103, but do you think we'd wait to try and get a better price? Or it seems to be a few sellers coming in. There might be a chance of more downside here. I've got it written down to discuss with you guys. What do you think? Okay, Eugene quite likes it. Let's have a look at it then. I'm sure saying it'd be nice to have a wider target. A wider target, a tighter stop loss, I think. That's all right, wider stop loss. See if that works. Yeah, I think I'd rather have a wider stop loss. It's a risk reward, yeah, a risk reward there, and 190. I'd rather have a wider stop loss as well, because yeah, don't get stopped out. Don't want to get stopped out. Looking back, the Euro Swiss franc, maybe should have stuck the original wider stop. You might still be in that, the chart be coming right. All right. Let's go back to the weekly. Yeah. Something like that. And most, not just me, most of the analysts see a bit of a weaker dollar going forward. The Swissy is still quite strong. Do you want to have a look at that? I don't use the fib rate to use stop loss and TP. Use a fib to see if there's any bounce somewhere. There's no real fib here because it's too much of a narrow range in November. But I use a fib to re-enter. Try and get a better example. See if you can find some US dollar CAD. Yeah, maybe you can, let's say you want to short it. You'd use the fib to short it by taking from the top there down to the bottom, for example. And let's say it goes up to a 23 or 30 or whatever, comes off it, looks like another tool to where to enter. But I don't use it for stop loss TP. Some people do, I don't. Okay, but that makes sense. Okay, anybody want to do this trade? Okay, fine, Henry. Anyone want to do this trade? Okay, just bear in mind, 3:30 tomorrow, CPI. That's tomorrow. No, it's a long way away. But we'll have a look at it again tomorrow morning. If it's in profit, hopefully it is. Then we can modify the stop and then protect yourself in case the CPI gives us some hard times. You know what I mean? So yeah. So when profit will modify, make sure to modify and protect. If it comes right for you, you make a big profit. And if it doesn't, then we'll stop you out, hopefully, in a profit anyway. So just bear that in mind. Where's the TP now? Is it 91? Let's try 91. Okay. So do you like this, guys? Okay, we'll put it down there. Let me get some more out of this one then. Get the smile back on the face. There, got that written down. If you want to take it, there you are. Please look at it, 180 bucks a micro. So if you can risk 360, you know what your risk is. There's the calculation. You don't want guys who haven't got much money overexposing and it goes wrong and then blaming us. This is an idea. It's all it is. Yeah, that's why we have a stop loss. Okay, fine. Let's see how it goes. Right. Got not the Euro CHF. If it goes to this sort of level here on the weekly, yeah, here, and it comes off, we might have another go at it down. You might get your money back with a stop up there, which is not too wide. Take it right back down. You might get a bit of luck out of that, but we'll wait on that. Some guys say, let's stop out. Should I jump in again? Not a good idea. Rather let that settle. Yeah. It's going to mute you all because I'm going to talk to the stills, not me.
Nice, mate.
If anyone wants to chat, just let me know and I'll unmute. Okay. Right. Just a reminder, it comes in up to +4 to look at the NAS. Look at the FEF stop, maybe go up a bit more. Came off nicely yesterday and it popped up. Let's see if we get some direction going then. Keep the fingers crossed on that. What is the NAS doing? Good question. What is the NAS doing? They're not doing much at the moment. So we'll see if anything happens later on. Okay. We should be out of that. I'm just looking at the NAS out of interest. We should be out of that. Should have probably modified his stop or something anyway. Just be very careful at the moment. Yeah. Discussed gold. Yeah. Here's what I am keeping an eye on, the euro dollar. I think there's a possibility there it might have reached a high. We don't want to do it yet. There's no confirmation. It came off. Look at that candle yesterday, and it's still trying to push through. So it might go further up. We'll see. But I think it's getting a little bit of running out of steam here. So if that can hold and start coming off, we might get a short on this one. So we'll keep an eye on that one. I think it's going to drift around a little bit tomorrow because the CPI is taking a far bigger importance than normally. In fact, it's almost as important as the non-farms at the moment. So it might drift a little bit tomorrow, waiting for that. And hopefully when that's done, we might get a respite from these fundamentals so we can go to trading rather than trending, and then we get more direction. It's a lot easier then, as we notice, once you know what you're doing. Okay, this is coming off a bit. Keep an eye on that. I don't want to miss this thing. Don't want to miss it. Okay, if we just come back a bit more. Will it though? Will it? 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 We'll try. We might miss it. There's a distance to there. Still quite a distance. Stop loss. I'm pushing it a bit. Now, rather get a better price. Risk missing it, so you can get a better price. Okay, keep an eye. If it dropped any more, please let me know, and we might get something there. I have a lot of faith in the Swiss franc to do some good stuff there. So we're weak to make sure. Yeah, seems to be holding there. Yeah. So we might get that later on. Okay. Anything else? Well, I'll do that. I'm just going to post the quickly for you. Economic fundamental for you to keep. I think it might be a bit of a quiet trading room today, actually, but I'll do it. Not feeling confidence at all. Take 2 second views. Okay, if you haven't got the economic calendar or the DXY, there they are. Copy, paste, save. That's for normal. If you have, obviously, don't bother. Yeah, so keep that in the meantime. Right, any questions, guys? Because as I say, think it's going to be a bit sort of sideways going into 3:30 tomorrow. We might find something together, but I'm just saying it might be a little bit difficult. But we can spend time on a bit of training, not training like in classes, but I mean clarification, going from practical question answers like Anne-Marie came up with just now, something like that. Do a bit of interaction. Especially new guys, you might think a bit bewildered, and then we can clarify a few things. If you like the way the chart's set up, how do you do it? I can show you that. What are the different lines, etc. Oh, hang on, see what I haven't got on there. Got to do that. Right. Okay. I've decided I like this 100-day moving average as well, so I've put that on. If you like the way I'm showing you anything like that, I can do it. Trading ideas come up, we get some of your in. Should you modify, hold, or do something with it? I don't know. Something to chat about in that line, I can help you because I'm wary of trying to force a trade into a no follow through scenario. Coming off, would keep coming off. If you see what I mean. I'll just look at this one, just going nowhere as well. Look at that, absolutely nowhere. Somebody once said to me, I'm not quite recently actually, saying that all that watch list you got there, surely you can find a trade. Sometimes just is nothing there. You know? Halfway house or no movement, you know. And sometimes I can fling out about 6 or 7. Finally, you got any bright ideas? Butane wants to chit chat about something, ask you any questions. Yeah, silver's very similar to gold in its movement. It's like the poor man's, it's like the poor man's brother, if you like, of gold. But it's similar, yeah. You won't very rarely get gold shooting up and silver flying off. In fact, very ever get it. I've never seen it. But just checking that Selma in. I haven't seen it. Some people like silver, that's fine. Some people like euro dollar, you know, sorry, euro rand or Mexican peso, I don't know. Some people like certain stuff, that's fair enough. But I've traded silver, don't get me wrong, but I tend to more concentrate on the gold. But if you like silver, you can. Don't forget, if you do it to a slightly different contract size, I reiterate, you've got to understand the contract size. Because a lot of people clearly don't. I've seen guys go on the same contract size as gold as they would on, let's say, a Forex or a NASDAQ or an S&P or a Dow. You can't because there's very different amounts involved. The contract size of silver, specification, like you know, is 500. So you've got to know what that means. Very important. Okay. Someone doesn't know what contract size means and wants to know about it, what I'm talking about, because you have to know that. You can't go and not 1 micron gold is a very, very different scenario risk-wise to 1 micron the Dow.
Roger, can I ask you something, please?
Please, if you would, I'd be very grateful.
Yeah, what is your opinion about the difference between paying commission or paying spread? I'm not talking about the 1 in 100 and the 1 in 500.
Yeah. Okay. Well, first of all, the 100 and 500 has nothing to do with the commission. That's just the leverage. Right. Okay. The spread is the difference in the buy and sell price. The commission is a similar to that buy and sell price. So in other words, if it's like 5 pips and 5 pips is, let's say, obviously 5 pips in a micro is a lower value 5 pips in a standard or a mini, but it's sort of a commission is equivalent. I think you're probably better on the spreads, to be honest. The reason being is if you make 20 rand on let's say you go in the KCAD JPY and I don't know, you go in a position and you're going up and it's coming off, and you get a bit nervous. So you click the exit button and you make 20 Rand profit, and you wonder why your account's gone down because of the 30 Rand commission. That's frustrating. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So if
yes.
you make 20 and you lost 10 on the spreads, it doesn't matter, because as soon as you go in, if you're going long, go on the buy price and you get out on the sell. So immediately when you go in on the spread, you'll see a minus. You know that. So if
Yeah.
you go in right now at 82, this goes up. You're going right. You want to buy this. And
Yes.
this is not a trade idea, guys. Don't jump in. This is an example. I've had this before as well, believe it or not. And this goes up to 84, you break even. If it goes up to 85 and you're 2 Rand in profit, you see that blue, that's net for you on the spread. So you don't have to worry about the commission. It's already been taken out when you went in on the spread. Does that
Yes.
math make sense, or is it complicated?
So the 1 in 100 and the 1 in 500 is not really relevant to either
It's not
the
good.
commission.
No, it makes no difference. If you do, what the question should be: should I go commission or spreads? Which 1 to 1,000, or 1 to 10, or 1 to 50? That's just the leverage. Cost of cost. I mean, all leverage means a smaller deposit, margins deposit. You know, if you want to buy a 100 grand car, a wider leverage means the deposit required to buy the car is smaller. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. So if that's why I often say spreads are probably a bit better, because you know then when you see blue, that's net to you. When the commissions, you might say, I've made 10,000 Rand this month. When you send look commissions, you might have paid 11,000 Rand commissions. Now you're going to get highly cheesed off. You know what I mean? But if you
Yes.
see you made 10,000 of spreads, it's already been paid, because that is what the spread is. You get
Yes.
in the buy there, out on the, and then you exit on the long. On the sell, you get in there, and that's got to come down there to break even. So you always see red when you enter, and once it's blue, you know it's profit. So you see a blue, you can knock it off. And I think, have I covered my commission? That's the most important part to understand.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Brilliant. Oh, sorry, last thing, you understood what I was on about just now on the Fibonacci. Some people use it to support resistance. I don't. It's just me. I might be wrong. I don't know. I just use it for an entry.
We are not quite sure exactly where to start, where to put it. If you open,
Good question.
where do you put it? Where do you start with it?
Good question. Good question. Excuse me. Very good question. Let's go to NASDAQ daily. Right. Let's go to a weekly. That's better. You could do this. Let's go back. You could do, if you're going to go short the NASDAQ, you can use this one here, not that one, this one here, this one here, this one here, or this one here. That's a bit too short a term. So if you're longer term trader, you'd use that, not this one down to here. Okay. If you're going short, if you're shorter term trade, use that. So it's the previous high. I'll show you what I mean. Let's put one a fib. We're going to go short, so take from the top down to the bottom. I use the wicks, most people do. And you can see it's just above the 23.6. If you take it to this one here, again, it's neither nothing nor something, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And there it's giving you no indication. So on a shorter term one, if you're looking for a shorter term trade, which most people in NASDAQ will be, you don't, you know what I mean? They're just, yeah. So that's probably the correct way. If it's pushed through the 23.6, so that doesn't give me an indication now to enter. But if I had, let's say, 200 up here, 100 there, 50 here, and 50 was right on there, plus there's quite a bit of support there, and it coincides with 23 or 38.25, that would be 3 indicators. As it comes off, confirmation to come off, that would be, technically speaking, a pretty strong entry to go short. If you're going long, it's the other way around. You've got to take from the bottom upwards. So it retraces to a fib and it bounces. Fib alone doesn't cut it for me. I personally want at least a strong moving average, preferably a 50 or 200, to a lesser extent 100, or a strong line of support plus a fib to bounce off. Is that too quick, or does that make any sense?
It makes sense. Thank you. We do have the other indicators, so it's fine. We were just wondering about the fib.
Yeah, okay, but you're not something you just wondering about. You've got to understand it. It's very powerful.
That's
I'd rather
fine.
do about a fib more than the Bollinger Band, put it that way. A fib's important. Very
Yes.
important. And the reason why it's important, there's not any big mystique about it, is because all traders use it. So it becomes self-fulfilling. I'll give an example again. Let's say, let's do one from here in the past. Have a look at this. Let's just here, we'll do this one here. Now there, just a second. Bring it on properly there. You see, that held that 61.8 fib to go short. You'd wait, it went up for 200 days, you can see. You're waiting and it's broken through the fib. You think that's giving me an extra confirmation to sell it down. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes.
Get the general idea. Okay,
Thank you.
good. Just want to make sure everyone, you don't use it on its own. For me, it's still the most powerful, strong support resistance. Very strong resistance, and then get a fib coinciding. It's a powerful area to go in. The only thing to screw it up is a fundamental comes out going the wrong way. Okay. Just another thing now on that, we want to talk about ABC. A, B, C. And that becomes an A, B, C. Or the other way around, if you like, depending. Okay. So it's like a ABC, ABC, ABC. Up, people talk about it. That's what that means. Okay. But as I say, with time going along, you'll pick up these little cherries on the top. As long as you've got the overall area where you can look at a chart and gain understanding fairly quickly from it. That is far more important than getting all the other bits and pieces and bits and bobs on top of it. As I say, it's like learn how to drive the car before you worry too much about before you become a car engineer or a car mechanic. That's good stuff on top of it down the line, but as long as you can drive the car. That's why I try to keep it simple, take a bit of mystique out, and so the guys, after a fairly short period of time, start clicking into it. And it seems to be working because I'm getting guys saying, look at this, after being doing this less than a month, well, round about a month, maybe a little long, I don't know. And I look at it and say, yeah, that's not bad, well spotted, because they're getting the idea what to look for. Always bear in mind, again, guys, with millions of people trading with different ideas, different emotions, different monies, different strategies. That's why you always have this noise in the up and down, and that's why you need to have a stop loss to protect, because funny things do happen, we found out. Okay. Right, anything else on that, guys? See, Harper's fourth. What about it? What's his game? It's all over the place, this. It was doing so well yesterday. We're still in it. I still think it's 1370s, right up here somewhere. The stop loss. Where's the stop? 1370 it is. Got it written down somewhere. Just give me a moment. Yeah, 1370. So we're still okay for the moment, but it did very nicely yesterday. I think about 30 cents in profit, but now it's just gone up. So we'll see. Go back to the NAS. Yeah, I should be. Certainly only gone up 30 cents. So if that's the noise, came off yesterday. Now it's going up. I think I might hold. We'll see anyway. So no need to panic on that as yet. What's the NAS doing? No, I know the 4 is not part of the NAS. I'm looking anyway. Let's go to 15, probably get a better idea. Look at that. Look at that. It's been open 5 minutes. It has no idea where it's going. There you are. You with me? That candle speaks volumes. You can look at it, and what does that tell you? No idea where it's going in an instant. It's like looking up, you can see the roof there. It's as obvious as that. That's what confused people. They think it can't be that simple. So try and complicate it. No, it's that simple. The buyers and sellers are complete equilibrium. They don't know where to go. If they don't know, please you me, we don't know. Because we're not big enough to shift the market. The DXY is hovering above 103, but seem to be getting a bit directionless. Most of that is Powell saying not really giving us anything yesterday. Okay. Look at NGAS still coming off, eh? Leave the bloody thing alone. That's really confusing. That surprises me. Okay, so yeah. Let's go back to the CHF. Maybe we'll do another one for the trading when we get there. Yeah, if this holds, we might find something there, but don't do anything at the moment. Maybe the one or just above it will hold. Right at parity now, eh? Amazing. That's expensive country, Switzerland. Hey, it's expensive. Average salary there is 100,000 rand a month. That's your average salary. Can you believe it? Just off the thing, you know, we talk about minimum wages. Apparently, called a business day, minimum wage is equivalent in rands in Australia, 38 grand a month. That's your minimum wage. Yeah, I think that one might hold. Might not want to go, I mean, burnt this morning, but I think it might still a bit of a chance to come off from there. Look at that downtrend there, it's a down area. I think that might be another one to go at. Not against going in again at a short, to be honest. Might would have a bit of confirmation. It's a strong one, I think might hold. But I wouldn't blame you if you felt after being smacked today. I think it's a possibility that will come off. Okay, just bear that in mind if you want to do it again. Okay, right. That's looking like it's bounced for a sell on the weekly. On the daily, not looking so pretty. And the dollar, I still think it's come off a bit as I'm speaking now, looking at the other screen. If it's coming off, it might actually boost back up again. It's very indecisive. I'd be honest, I think I'd give it a miss. Like Mike said, as it's quiet as a mouse, believe me, the other stuff doesn't know what's going on. At least you're all getting clear where I'm coming from. Hey, complete indecision out there. I'll leave that alone. It's about the dollar, and the dollar's weakening again. I think the dollar's going to weaken going forward. I think it'd even come off to 101 or something like that. Room 101, eh? For those who read 1984, George Orwell. Okay. Yeah, no. Let's look at the 15 minutes, see what's happening there. See that it came down, and look at that. Buyers are coming on the 15. Look at the 1 hour. See what I mean? No, leave it alone. Buyers and sellers again, not sure where they're going with this. That's my take anyway. GBP. Oh, let's have a look. Yeah, I tend to agree with you. See what I mean? You want to have a look at it and get a pretty good idea straight away. If you like the look of it and delve a bit deeper, you don't spend about 20 minutes trying to find out whether you like it or not. And then you find something you like and the ship has sailed. Okay, I didn't agree with you on this. It seems for long. I quite like it, Tembe. Can you all see why I quite like it? Anybody there wondering why I suddenly looked at it and said, well, I like the look of this? Can you all see it? It's come down to support. The converging moving averages are there, seem to support. You look back at the previous candles there, they've all held. And when was the last time with this level? Let's just take it down, see what distance we got here. If we take it down to there, why? Maybe 100 pips. The last time it was there was about 3 months ago. My only problem, are we getting the follow through? That's my problem. We're not getting much follow through. I have to say, I do quite like it. We'd have to aim there. No, that's too far. That's too far. Yeah, we'd aim maybe. Yeah, about there we could aim for with 100 pips stop. Stop down here. Yeah, 100 pips stop, but 180 pip TP, something like that. Let's try a weekly. Any problems there? Bit of a problem there on the weekly. That's 140 pips, that's all right. Bit of a sell zone on this one. That's a bit of a negative. That's not really helping our cause. And it hasn't really got going today either. No, nothing's got going today either. Yeah, might be a bit of noise getting there. My only negative on there is the 4 hour, but otherwise I do quite like the look of it. I'm not going to rush down the street shouting Eureka on it. Those have heard of that thing before, but yeah, I do quite like it. It's not totally blowing my hair back, but I do quite like it. What do you feel, guys? Do you quite like it? Stop down there somewhere, take it up to about there. What do you think? Anybody keen with this one or find it a bit iffy? We'll have a look at Amazon in a minute. Anyone with some? My screen's not shading, please help. It's a bit of a wide open-ended question. Okay, we'll leave that then. Fair enough, no problem there. Okay, they're going to leave it. Okay, so we'll leave that one. Amazon. Right, as we're looking at Amazon for short, where's the 200 on this one? Don't we have it? No. Scale up to resistance, I give you on that. Buyers are still in control. There's no pullback, yes, on the Nasdaq. Possibility to sell, I agree with you. I still see sell the rally. It's a momentary move up. The dollar's just bouncing around going nowhere. I would say, good idea, wait to get confirmation. I'm not sure it's going to be in the next 10 minutes or so. It might be this evening or something like that, I'm not sure. But it's a possibility, but it's not enough confirmation to go for it now. Okay. That's my take anyway. And again, I'm looking at my hourly charts on DXY. Started to come off, now it's popped back up again. It really is. This is a nightmare. So yeah. One I did look at the possibility of being overbought was Netflix. Thanks, Brady. Yeah, you with me on that. Wants to make sense. Netflix, things get the stage overbought. Let's look at it a bit, punch it a bit. See what I mean? Had that massive fall off, as we know about a while back, but that's changed now. Seems to recover quite a bit of resistance there. The last time was there, which is way back in April. Was that nearly 8.5 months ago? Is that these sort of levels? I think this is a possibility of a short. Have we got anything to back it up? Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Let's look at this. The 50-minute chart, the buyers are coming in. No confirmation, not yet. But I think there's a possibility of this one. Pretty overcooked. We might get a pullback on this one. So I'll write that and keep an eye on it. It might not be today, but we can have a look at it. Okay. Right. If you've got a problem with your chart, like I say, if you haven't saved them, all you do then is you go up to File, go to New Chart, click on any chart. It doesn't really matter what it is. Click on any chart you like. And when you've got that chart up and running, then you right-click, you go to Properties, and then you set it up as you're comfortable with, then you OK it. Once it's okayed, then you right-click, go to Templates, and you save it. So if you lose your charts again, put your name in there, lose your charts again, all you do is go back to Templates, like I did just now. And I pick the one I like. I quite like this one. Click on it, and you're back in business. I should sort your charts out going forward. If you lose your watch list, that's on View. Watch list is there, okay? And Toolbox and all the rest of it. So it's simple to set it up again. But it's not platform training, I get that, just to sort of sort out Mr. Huawei, because that's his name on there. Okay. Oh, that's clear. All right, moving on to S-stop, holding at 13 or pushing through. Looks like it's holding at 13, good. What's our old friend German 30? Didn't want to look at it. Bit of a disaster. Not much happening there except for the negative. We'll see. It was still it. Hope for the best. Let's put the 1 hour up. Got a bit of maybe a bit of resistance there. I don't know. Not looking pretty, but it might change. I don't think it's going to go on forever there. It's a momentary blip to the upside. So let's hope that comes right. South Friend the Tsar doing? Going nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. CHF JPY still coming off, which is good. So we might keep an eye on that. I'd like to, don't think we get down there, but we can get down here-ish. If it gets down to about 40, give me a shout. We'll do something. Tesla mentioned might be something worth looking at. Just not much follow through. I found that $4. Yeah. It's about $4.80 risk. So we're going to do there. I can do, or even there. Bit of a range trade. That looks more like it, Robert. That looks more like it. A bit of a range trade, not too long, but a $4-point-something risk per share, and we'll get a risk reward ratio, and we don't have to be too cute on it. And it's been holding there since December, which is about 3 weeks ago. And it's clearly downtrend, and fundamentally it's a bit down as well. I agree with you on Robert. I think it's too bad. Do you want to have a look at this one? Anyone? I'll come to that in a minute to write down. GBP JPY comes in a minute. But yeah, I think it's got possibilities. Let's have a look at the 1 hour. Yeah, 15 minutes. Bit of incision, but not much. I think it's got possibility, this one, yeah. Stay on the sidelines. I don't want to go for it. I'll give you the figures and print them for you. Remember, you can't use the calculator on this one. It's the Excel one, but it's quite simple. It's a $50 stock. It's $4.50 a share. Is your risk. Obviously, multiply it into rands. So I'll put the figures up if anyone's keen, or do you want to give it a miss? Anyone keen on it? Even if you're keen alone, Bob, I'll put figures for it if you want. Okay. Want it above these guys here, a little bit further. 450, yeah, make it there, 450. So that's what, 125.88. 125.88. Then we take it down here. $11262. 121.57. Got to write down so I can print it for you. Got to write it down for you. If anyone else wants to do it, tell me, I'll write it down here. Okay. Don't forget the dot. Sit now. 1, 2, 1. Going up, remember. So maybe get a better price. It's still going up. Might get a better price. We'll try anyway. Maybe 1, 2, maybe 1, 2, 180. Still going up. Maybe try that. 1, 2, 180.
Mine is gonna look so nice.
Okay.
121.80. Sorry. SL. What have we got down here? 125.88. TP. 11262. Risk is call it $4 a share. And what's $4? 4/17 at 34. Call it 75. If two people take it, I'll have it down here as a trade idea from Robert's trade idea. People don't, I won't have it down. So anyone want to support Robert on that one? And the other suddenly shut off, hasn't it? What happened there? So this is jumping around. Okay. Oh, you stinky idiot. So I have Netflix on my bloody brain here. TSLA. So I got it written down to look at. And that was casting my eye on a piece of paper here in my workstation. You beg your pardon. That's exactly what I mean. Beg your pardon. So anyone want to do this one? You've got my support on this one, Robert. As I explained yesterday, the special interest groups, the powers that do not like Elon Musk, he's roughing up their feathers. He's going against their trend, if you like, or just go in now, and I mean, it'd be, let's say it'll be 450, or what's 450? Another 8. What have I got down there? What have I got down there now? 70. It's in the region to be about $80. If you go in now, maybe 80, 85 grand risk per share. Okay, well done. I'll put it down there. See, all right. Okay, try that. Do quite like it. And one of the big ticks is say they don't like him, so pressurizing people not to buy his cars, And brave, but he's a bit crazy going up against those guys. Okay. If you want to put a sell limit on, go and market, yeah, obviously slightly wider by the SL. So you do. But stick with the SL I put down. Up to you. You have to the figures, or you want to wait. Your choice. Okay. Right, just want to go back. Euro CHF. I think it came short this time. No, it's going up for years. No, we've got to get confirmation. I thought it might hold the one come off. There's no sign at the moment. I think it's going to come off. I don't know what's driving right through there. Technically speaking, it's right on the weekly, not daily, weekly resistance, backed up by the 50-week moving average. I think there's a possibility it might come off. So I think that's a possibility. But if you got burnt, you don't want to give it another shot. Fair enough. I won't blame you. But keep an eye. I think honestly that will likely, should I say, to go off. I think it might hold. Wait for confirmation of it. Keep an eye. It's up to you guys anyway. You know how to put the calculator. You know how to work your stop and TP out. So if you like it, go for it. CHF JPY, anything happening there? Want to get a better price? Can we do it here? There's one resistance here. It's 100, and that's too far. What can we aim at? 130, we need about 80 pips. Might squeeze it if you want the stop loss 140, 180. I think there's a possibility on this one. Might get a better price, but I think it's quite a possibility. What do you think? I don't blame you, Tony. You're not the only one, mate. I feel like in a bloody hen yard at the moment. You're like clacking in the background. Oh no, it's me in my mind. No, I do not blame you. And it's not because we're losing our thread at trading or we're losing our grip on it. Okay, fine. A grip on it. It's just when you get that sort of, if the big boys seem to be going around in ever decreasing circles, believe me, how can we expect not to do otherwise? So I do not blame you. And don't force it, you know. Got to be this is all about mental. You've got to be mentally comfortable. This is not a great brains thing. Fine, you don't have to be a scientist to be able to do this, trust me. Okay, but the thing, you have to be a PhD in psychology really more than anything else if you want to do this. Science of psychology, yeah. If you're not comfortable, don't force it, then you increase your lack of confidence. The confidence is vital. But I do like this one. So it stops out the way. I don't see why the Japanese yen should push back there. I've said that before, it bloody well does. That's called Sod's law. But I think for possibly that might be okay. We'll see how Tesla goes anyway. And do you want to wait a bit on this one, or anyone want to do anything? And you can follow through on the 15 minutes. Yeah, a bit lower lows. It might be worth waiting, actually. You might get a better price. But those are figures there. You can take a look at them. If you like it, we'll do it. If you want to get a better price, I would not blame you in the slightest. Yeah, we'll come back to that then. Somebody asked me first, GBP, JPY, I think it was. I think it was Tembi. We'll do that first. I think it was that one. So we got carried away. Just let me check in the chat line before I do that. GBP, JPY, that's right, for short. Must have been gone up a few days, but it's right at resistance here and it seems to be holding. Not too bad, actually. Very, very, very sideways in the 4 hour. Okay, I think just hang 5. Maybe there's a bit of lack of confidence showing, but maybe you should get the 50-week moving average. Maybe a bit more confirmation. Try the hourly. Haven't really got a confirmation, but I like the idea. Put that down to keep it a reminder. Come back to, okay. Yeah, as a possibility. I think I'm going to just be a bit of a Coyote agree on that one. I might just be a bit chicken on this one. I think I'll just hold back. Will 6161 hold? It might not. I think I'm just going to have a bit more confirmation on it. Otherwise, 10 I like the idea. And I like the direction, but I just want to be a bit more confident on it. Okay. If anyone sees it, wants me to put the calculator up, I'll do it with pleasure. Let's just write down. Do AUD in the meantime. We'll go back to that if anyone wants to do it, but I do quite like it. Quite being the operative word, but I want confirmation. I'm suggesting maybe just hold for more confirmation. Okay, AUD JPY, you want to sell this, do you? Which, first of all, it's the 1 hour chart. Yeah, what's what you mean? It's in the sell zone. I agree there. It's been holding. Yeah, this Nolson one's not looking too bad. I think we looked at it this morning actually for a sell. Yeah, we did this morning, but again, it's a bit sideways. Oh, bloody sideways, eh? What is that range? 15 pip range on an hourly, bloody hell, that's nothing. No, I think I hear you, see it, but I'm a chicken. Sorry, Robert. Any tigers out there? Any foxes out there? Do you have chickens up? I think I'm just a bit nervous at the moment. I think I'm gonna, but for me personally, it's my opinion. I like it, I see it, but I think I just might be a little bit more cautious on the moment. But anyone, any Rambos out there like to do a short? I think we get the figures all right. Yeah, we put a, yeah, we can do that. We can stop up there, Plenty of downside. Yeah, we can definitely do it. What do you think, guys? Let's try. Just a couple of Rambos out there, by the way. Yeah, just squeeze the wrist forward. It's just about doable. Anyone want to join Jacob or Robert in this? If you want to do it, Jacob, and you want to do it, Robert, I'll put it down. A little bit skittish, your idea. It'd fill me with more confidence. Well, are you going to do this, Jacob? Anyone to join him, or should we join in the skittish? So I'm not more confident myself. You want to do it? Good for you. Just for you, because you're so brave. I'll put this one down. You need 2 people. I'm going to break that rule. I'm not going to put it down as Robert's trade now. I put it down as Jacob. If he goes right, we're going to pat him on the back for being marine. All in fun. Okay. 91.40. 92.31. And 90. Okay. So if anyone wants to join him, there's the stuff there. Just let me know. But Jacob, see if you can. Okay. Okay. Right. So is F stop coming off at all? No, yeah, bugger. What's it doing now? Ugh. Yeah. Bit of a coin flicker at the moment, isn't it? Is the Euro CHF coming off at all? Not really. Confirmation. The happening on the Rand. All over. Okay. Gold. What's gold doing? Up and down, going nowhere. Yeah, do the thing on it. Okay. CHF JPY. That's starting to pop up a bit. So get, no, I don't. You did so. Okay. All right. So yeah. Slipping coins. Well, thanks very much again, guys. I must have rescued what I thought would be a real dormant training session today. It looks like we've got something there. Let's see if it can work out. Is that keep putting it next to it, Tesla. Yeah, is that coming right? No, it's not. Bloody hell. Well, so let's do the contrary then. Can someone come up for a decent long and we'll go short? How's that? That might work. Ha. You got that? Yes. CHF 92.88. Exactly the same. Nothing happening there. At least it's not going the wrong bloody way. Tesla side's going to bump up. Well, we might get lucky. It's gone up here. We might get lucky. Lucky thing. Oh well, we'll see. As long as you're not overexposed. Go for it, Coney. Yeah. As long as you don't expect an answer from me on the trade we've been doing today, eh? No, sorry, go for it. Okay. Do you want to speak? I'll unmute you if you like. I muted just now for some background noise. To answer your question. What happens to all these trades? We don't know, should the market collapse? Well, if it collapses, you're going short. You'll be retired in the Bahamas. If you're going long and it collapses, hopefully the stop will go. The only time you're going to have, I wouldn't get too worried about this. The only time you can get a situation where it gets screamed through your stop, where you get slippage because there's no buyer and seller. So let's say, let's go back to our friend the NAS. You're going long on the NAS, right? And you got your stop loss with the cross areas. Okay. It means you're saying if you're going short, no, you're going long, sorry. If your stop loss then will be a sell order. Now, what happened in 9/11 when the World Trade Center, when that aircraft went through it, there was a sudden rush down, right? And often, because of no buyers and sellers, it just came off so quickly, sort of pick it up around this sort of level here. So you might get a bit of slippage, but it's happened very, very rarely. And the only time, to be honest, I've seen in the last 3 years was one guy, and he's not with us anymore. I mean, he's on the planet, but he's not playing with it before, so I can say it. I won't mention his name. And I think it was a 400 rand account on a 5-1 leverage. Regularly new trading, well, clearly didn't. And he went in with 5 Nasdaqs. Five, not one. He shouldn't even be doing the Nasdaq at all on 500 rand, but he went in with 5 micros. And funding came out, which clearly didn't know about, and it tanked down, I don't know, about 50, 60 pips suddenly, or a little bit more, I can't remember. It wasn't dramatic, not exactly like a world collapse. And because it came off suddenly quickly, you could only get out about 20, 30 pips below his stop. But when you got it in a situation, such a tiny account, his account not only wiped out, he ended up, I think, only the account with 200 rand. He kicked up, I think, I'm sure what happened there, whether they let him off or not, but I don't know how you chase it. But that's the only time I've really seen much slippage. So, yeah. And be honest, if that happens, Keone, you've probably got bigger things to worry about. If you can have a situation quite as dramatic as that, I think this would be the least of your worries. You know what I mean? There'd be anarchy on the streets, you get it. So I shouldn't think, you know, other things to learn and worry about. I would have a sleepless night on that. Make sense? Certainly, you'll have a lot more to worry about if that happens. A serious collapse. So yeah, shouldn't worry about it. So the only time I've seen it, and the guy was so ridiculously overexposed anyway. I couldn't tell him, he wouldn't listen. Oh, he's been trading, he knows. Well, he didn't. Yeah, and he was trading the Nasdaq. Can you imagine a 400 rand account, highly leveraged, obviously. You go at 5 micros, just spits in the wrong direction, you're blown away. Come on, Tembe, I'll give you a due. I'll give you a due, Tembe. You don't take no, what do you call it? Take life setting down. Well done. Thank you. Let's have a look at something. See if we can get something going for you now. It's a 4-hour sort of a day, first of all. Sell. Some of that, this is my opinion only. Number one, it's in the buy zone. The Canadian's been iffy for a while. It seems to be following the dollar around, like a puppy dog sort of thing. And the dollar's quite weak. It's come off again. It's having another attack at 103. And if the CPI comes out negative for the dollar, I think the Canadian might go the same way, which means the NZD is the base currency, means it would lift at NZD. And the NZD is a reasonably strong one. It's not the CHF, I'll give you that, but it's I think I'd put even in the strong zone. Remember, you have the strong middle and weak currencies. I put that, used to be the middle, I put that in the strong zone. And I put Canada into the middle zone. At the moment, I'm not so sure that I would be buying the CAD and selling the NZD, and it's in the buy zone, and it's not got much follow through. I personally wouldn't really advise you going on the sell on that one. My opinion, anyway. But as I say, this is just my opinion. Anyone have any feelings on that one? Do you think so as well? That's my take on it. I personally, if you ask me, should I go in it? And you ask my advice, I would say leave it alone. Then conversely, well, let's look at it as a buy. Well, let's see the follow through of the last couple of days. Would you buy some with a 40 pips? There's costs involved. Where you can put your stop? You can't have a 20 pip, 25 pip stops too close. You get stopped out in the noise. Even going along, you haven't got the follow through to get a trade out of it. So I'd leave it. Yeah, I just about half a tick to buy or sell it. 99.5 ticks to leave it alone. Slight exaggeration, but you know what I mean. Plus the dollar's still coming off. I know it's a separate country, it's in the follow states. And I learned that big time. The last CPI, dollar went shooting on the direction now, and the bloody Canadian followed it. It came off on the right. Yeah. What's this solid Tesla doing? Come on, you both. Are we getting evening coming up there? Well, don't tell me it's going to screw up now. Hey, it's not our day today, is it? Yeah, I think we might call that a day for trades at the moment. If you can find out a beaut, it's just no follow through. It's not happening. Okay, even if stock taking out 13. We don't want to put back all the great money we made over the last month on pushing trades and put it all back in again in 1 or 2 days trading. You know what I mean? We want to be a little bit careful. I'm very disappointed in this trade. I must admit, I thought that was a good one. Look at this, crazy. Anyway, so what we do, maybe look at again tomorrow, maybe get something there. Man, it's going to be quiet to the CPI. Hopefully the 4 o'clock show tomorrow will be a good one. Okay. Yeah, go for it.
Why did you think that the euro increased to such an extreme strength against the Swiss? Did you have any information?
None. No idea. You can't talk about
Same here.
You can't talk about hawkish Lagarde. She's been hawked last month. Why suddenly in the last couple of hours does it suddenly 1 month later? Oh, hang on, let's go and buy the euro. No idea. It's obviously some reason behind it, but nothing's flashed across my screen. I've got a few apps to look at. I have no idea. No idea. Let's go to shorter term chart. I don't know what set that off. Might find out tomorrow. It's a bit bloody late tomorrow, eh? That's when all the analysts come in and tell you why. Easy. I'll tell you why tomorrow. Why it happened. Well, pretty easy then. Bit bloody late though, isn't it? See what I mean? I do not know.
Just amazing.
Yeah, I know it is amazing. I know why that happens. And I say beware of analysts because they've brilliantly thought out scientific reasons 24 hours later why something happened. Well, I can certainly give you a damn good analysis after it happened, but that's too late. If you want to know what's happening, likely to happen, like the CPI is coming out at 3:30, we know that. So sorry, mate, I can't help you on that. I have no idea what that is. Well, why would the robot suddenly buy the euro? Why wouldn't you want to buy the CHF? Why wouldn't the robot? What reason would a robot have a configuration to suddenly buy it at this level here? What algorithm would do that? You know what I'm saying? If an algorithm, you've got a funny robot. If you suddenly put a buy in there suddenly,
but there must. Sorry, there must be something because the German city also increases as well as the FTSE. Yeah. So something happened in the euro zone. Not sure what.
Yeah, I'm totally agree with you. I don't know what. I say I might pick it up. Might be some news coming through. A bit late now, I'm afraid. It's no good telling you it's raining after it's pouring down. You know what I mean? You want to know it's likely to rain, and we avoid it. But the German 30s carried. So I do not know. If it's been there, I've missed it. I haven't heard anything on the Bloomberg or anything like that. I'm not watched a lot of Bloomberg today. I've got other stuff to do, but I haven't heard anything. But sorry if it's come out and I should have known, but I don't know why that's happened. As you quite rightly pointed out, the euros carried the GR right up. It's even, you know, it normally go not quite in tandem, but similar to the American indices. This is done exactly the opposite. That's very, very rare. So something's come out, and maybe if you come across it, tell us tomorrow. If I don't find out first. If I do, then obviously I'll share it with you. But yeah, that's why you have a stop loss and correct trading principles, correct volumes, equity management, because of these sort of situations. You wouldn't have predicted that. I personally think he's not here to defend himself. Good. I think it's Jethro's robot. You're quite right, Pete. I think it's Jethro's robot. It's a funny bloody program robot, that. Yeah, you are laughing. Because I mean, you're a scientist. You wouldn't program a robot to suddenly jump in and buy the hell out of it when it's clearly algorithms are pointing to the downside. You've got to be. So somebody, maybe it's, I don't sort. Remember the space on 2001: A Space Odyssey, and the robot HAL went berserk. Maybe it's a robot that went berserk. Yeah, not really funny though, is it? When your money's going the wrong way. Look at the gold. What's gold coming off now? Shame, was it you, Robert? Someone might probably stopped out now and modify the stop. Anyway, we would have lost on it. What the hell's up? I'm pretty sure the way it's going is heading for not just midline analysts say 99 is the next stop. Buy the pullbacks and around. I still think if we get 1865, we'll do it. I'm going to be very wary about getting gold before after 3 tomorrow. That really will be affected by the CPI. Either way, we don't know. Sorry, it's not been a day made in paradise today, guys, but we've had other good days, so just hang on to that. I thought it was yourself, Robert. I'm leaving gold now. It's up to you if you want it. I'm not touching it. There's just so much indecision, so many unknowns. A very big fund is coming out tomorrow. I think you're pushing your luck a bit. Is Tesla still rising? Bloody hell, we're going to stop down Tesla now. Consumer price index. It's an indication if the consumer price index is going up. In other words, you have an expected figure. And if it comes out a higher expected figure, that means price going up. Clearly, that means it's inflationary. If it goes up, it's inflationary. The take will be that Powell will have to go back to being more hawkish. And instead of, most people think it's going to be at maximum 0.5% the next interest rate meeting. But if the guys will start thinking it's likely to be 75, we're not out of the wars, the inflation's still there. And that's one he's been quite open about. He's trying to bring back inflation. He's completely strong on that. So if it's above and inflationary, you should see the dollar shoot up because we're expecting stronger interest rates. So if the CPI, in theory, so I read it, can't tell. In theory, if it's higher than expected, more inflationary, then the dollar should go up. If it's quite a bit lower, then the dollar should come off. And that will obviously affect gold accordingly, the opposite way around. So that's basically what it is. Some of you got to know, CPI is usually quite important, but now it's taking out this interest rate kind of looking at inflationary time. We're looking at Thelma, the CPI is taking a far bigger importance than normal. Jobless claims used to be practically a 2, not a 3-star, 2 or 3, 4 years, maybe 4 years ago. Now, since COVID and inflation, it's now become a very much a 3-star. Things have changed. Okay. Just a quick go over. Remember what the problem of the world now, COVID, is not the disease. I'm talking about the financial side. Is just practically free money. We can, if you're a beginner on this, or we'll talk about it again tomorrow. If you join me, haven't got time now. If you join me tomorrow morning, we'll go in a buy stop, sell stop situation. We'll go over it again quickly for those guys who ever go at it. If you join me, then we'll show you how we can look at maybe doing a trade on it. Yeah. But yeah, so just quickly before we finish off, just remember, I know most of you know that, but new guys, when you have this enormous amount of free money, as one guy said, the people gorged on it. Now, because it's cheap money, why use cash? They buy debt. Why you wouldn't use your own money if you're getting virtually zero interest rate? You borrow it, and that of course increased the purchase of products. People bought more because the price on borrowing came down, and that means your debt went up. So they gorged themselves on that free money or cheap money, and now it's the inflation has come back to bite, and that's what they're struggling with to get that under control. And that's it's all about inflation interest rates at the moment. Simple as that. If you go on to Business Day or Bloomberg, it's the majority of the talk is around that. It's not that complicated to understand. Okay, so guys, it's been a bit of a lackluster day. I think maybe we should pull the curtains and hope it's going to be brighter at least tomorrow. Okay. Okay, Selma. So I will go through that tomorrow if that's okay. Thank you very much, Frandy, as well, for assisting me there. I hope so, Schiffer. I really do. And have a good evening, Anne-Marie. These days ahead, don't get too despondent. Don't lose entire confidence. We've had good trades. Remember the good days. And say, Selma, I will go through it, CPI tomorrow for trading stuff, and tomorrow morning if you join me then. Okay. Okay, guys, sorry it wasn't a better one, but we'll see. But this looks like it's turned out to be a disaster. I like that one again, so I think I'm going to bow out of this. Okay, guys, catch you tomorrow and try and get the smile back in the face. Okay, cheers.